Lock in, Chiefs Kingdom, Jason Dunn's dropping dimes. 10 keys to victory, it's football time. He's been in the trenches, he's battled the best. Breaking down the matchups, forget all the rest. From a host to the defense, the blueprint is clear. JD's got the knowledge that the fans wanna hear. Keys to the game, straight from a pro. How the Chiefs take the win, he's letting you know. Lock in, Chiefs Kingdom, Jason Dunn's dropping dimes. 10 keys to victory, it's football time.
You best believe the Chiefs are down there for business and blood. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to another episode and segment of Down in the Dungeon with JD. Okay, this is the keys to victory. If you've never been here before, I tell you what, this is going to be a treat for you all. Oh, thank you all for happy birthday wishes. I appreciate that so much. I am flattered. I am humbled. Thank you so much for all your love, your birthday wishes. My birthday is tomorrow. I'm looking forward to an amazing weekend coming up. So tomorrow, hey, I'm going to enjoy it. So look, y'all making me blush. I'm trying to be a little bit serious in here. Y'all keep hitting me with these happy birthdays. Oh, man, y'all are amazing people. Thank you so much for it. Well, I tell you what, since it's going to be my birthday weekend, I'd say, why don't we just go ahead and start my weekend and finish it off on Sunday with a bang, with the win. And so we know we got Denver Broncos. Okay, we got those donkeys, right? Got those old donkeys that we had to deal with. And I tell you what, it's one of those places that I absolutely hated to go play. Couldn't stand Denver. Could not stand it. You know, with the altitude, back in the day, they used to run that little horse out when they would do things all the time. And when they would score, couldn't stand it. Could not stand it. And I tell you what, I can't stand it to this day. I just can't. It's just something about an orange does something to me. Orange is like one of those, it's good if it's fruit or, obviously if, as a color in itself, it's okay. But some orange things I don't quite like. I like a little gold here in my basketballs. It's good orange, right? Good orange. But orange uniforms and stuff, you gotta be kidding me. They should have told a different color a long time ago. But that don't matter. That doesn't matter. What we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about some of these keys. What it's going to take for us to get this victory. First and foremost, let me say this. It was important for our guys, Andy and Nagy, and the fellas, to get back into who they are. When you take the bye week, you assess all the things that you did wrong, all the things you did right, and you try to build on, okay, to be better going into the second half of the season. Now, we ended it at 5-4 before the bye. Somewhere we didn't want to be. We didn't want to be there. Matter of fact, I think we were sitting there, if my estimation, I think I had us maybe 2 losses. I was thinking that might be 2 that we'll give up before the bye. But we ended up giving up 4. We actually probably shouldn't have gave up any. There's like no team blowed us out. It wasn't like somebody was sitting over more superior than us. If anything, it was our mistakes. We shoot ourselves in the foot. It wasn't really what other teams did to us. It was what we did to ourselves. And so when we talk about moving forward, okay, it's all about refocusing. Let's refocus on what is important and what we need to do. And you heard from all the stars. You heard from Andy. You heard from Patrick. You heard from Travis. You heard from Chris. You heard from all these guys talking about what it is that they need to do to move forward. And we all need to adhere to that. See, in this kingdom, it's been a lot of like, skies falling. Oh, my gosh, they're not going to be able to make the playoffs. What's going to happen? And, oh, my goodness. Well, sometimes they got to lose. At one point, they got to stop the dynasty from happening. They're going to make the playoffs. That's baloney. Guys inside there don't think like that. They don't. And I tell you what, like Marcus said, my boy TG, now I didn't get to see it on Thursday night, when they asked him, is this a must-win game that you have to have? Are the Chiefs so much on the ropes that now they look for, 4-leaf clovers and horseshoes and rabbit's foots and, throwing things up to hopefully they're going to win a game and make the playoffs? No. No, sir. No, sir. See, when you champions, you set a standard in the NFL or wherever you are. It don't matter if it's NFL or any part of your life. You got a standard that you set. You can always get back to that. You don't think about the other things that don't happen, the other things that you don't achieve. You think about all the other things that it took you to get there in the first place. That's how we have to go. That's what we need to get back to. It's all about refocusing, right? Refocusing. So let's go through some of these keys of victory, okay? Hey, first one I put up here, right? Starts at the top. Yes, Andy. Hey, Andy. Starts at the top. And what does that mean? So when I'm sitting there saying starts at the top, when I say starts at the top, this is exactly what I mean. Andy has to make sure these guys come out here. Let me put this like that. I'm sorry. He's got to make sure that these guys come out of here. They are prepared. He has a game plan to put guys in the right position. Okay? That's one thing he didn't get to do the first half like he thought he should have. When Andy's reflecting, and this is how great Andy is. See, Andy's already sitting back like, man, we 5-4. I know I didn't put guys in position for them to make plays. I know I didn't. Okay? But now, Andy, right here, starts at the top with you. That's putting in a game plan that you know schematically is going to work. Not just against the Broncos, but we're talking about everybody else we play. Colts, Texans, Colts, the Broncos again. We got, we said the last game of the season, we hope to cruise on that one. I think we will, okay? And then we got the Chargers. Got them jokers again. But those are the guys I think in Tennessee that I didn't want to name him. Didn't want to name them jokers, right? So it starts at the top with Andy. So the number 2 thing that we have to do, hey, I said this. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes. Josh Simmons is here. Yes. Josh Simmons is back, baby. He is. Hey, welcome, Josh Simmons. Hey, O-line challenge this week. All right? Andy's up there playing coy. I don't know if Josh Simmons going to play. We got to check him out and see how he is. And, well, we don't quite know. Tongue in cheek with a lot of the people, right? Because Andy don't have to give away his whole game plan about what he's doing, right? Let him still think that Josh Simmons not coming out. Let Benito and all those guys thinking it's going to be an easy task. And guess what? Next thing you know, that big joker's right there lined up. Okay? He's hungry. And he's back. And he's ready. And so, he's ready to hit something. He's ready to hit something. Yeah, hitting over in the past few weeks, this man right here is ready. O-line, it's got to be our challenge this week. We got to win up front every single game from this point on. That's the O-line challenge. That's what has to happen. And so if there's pass protection, run blocking, we got to win. O-line, challenge is on you. I told this. I said, when you look at our run blocking ability, the grades on PFF, right? We don't always hang our hat always on PFF, but we don't grade out there well in run block. We just don't. And so a lot of people was putting all the running backs. All the running backs not doing their job, and we need to just get rid of, scrap the whole people, and just get them up out of here, stuff like that. Malarkey, bogus. Right here, we see. Hey, sometimes it's on the O-line. It's about them opening up the holes. We should have to have a back that makes 3 or 4 people miss. We should have to do that. And guess what? Our backs have done it. They've made people miss in the backfield or in the hole. They've done it. They've done it. So it goes right here, number 3. Who's going to step up in the running game? Who's stepping up? That's the question. Who's stepping up? Now, I said this. For us to go deep in the playoffs, for us to be a legitimate team, the teams are not just teeing off on Patrick Mahomes while he sits in the pocket and trying to move around. We put a cape on Patrick Mahomes every single game. We got to run the daggone football. Run the ball. Running game. That's what works. That's going to take us in the playoffs. That's what's going to win us championship. We need to adopt that going on. And he's got to see that. That's what we got to do. O-line challenge, running game. Has to work. We got to get these guys established. So whether that's Kareem Hunt, best third down back in the business, or the young cat, Bashar Smith, let him come in, right? We need to go ahead and give him the football. We need to find out what he can do. We drafted him here for a reason. Now let's find out what he can do. We don't want to use him. Hey, we got Elijah Mitchell. It's a CH. Who's going to step up for us? But I know one thing we have to do. We got to run the daggone football. We want to be successful. If we want to do this, we want to go to the playoffs, that's have to work. Okay, number 4. Real simple. Put the ball in the hands of the playmakers. Playmakers. Who's that, JD? Who's the playmakers? Oh, man. I said that on C-Dot showed everybody. So we got playmakers all over the place. We start naming them. So we got Rasheed Rice. We got Xavier Worthy if he plays. We got Hollywood Brown. We got Juju Smith-Schuster. We got Tyquan Thornton. When everybody sit there saying Tyquan Thornton needs to take people's reps, okay, we'll put him in. We'll put him in. Everybody's calling for him. Guess what? Throw him in. You got Travis Kelce. You got Noah Gray. We got Kareem Hunt. We got Bashar Smith. How many we need to go? We got plenty of playmakers. But what we have to do is it goes and starts at the top. Same thing, getting the ball in the hands of the playmakers. And that means running the plays that we know is going to be successful. You don't have to always take shots. You take shots when you set it up to take shots. And then sometimes you just got to take a shot because you sit there saying, my guy's better than your guy. My Joe is better than your Joe. And guess what? We got a whole lot of Joes that's better than guys over there on the other side. Pat Surtain is out. We have to worry about that. So who's over there and looking over there and shaking up? And I said this. If he ain't laced his shoes up and he ain't wearing ice hat for the game, he's going to get torched, baby. We're gonna go after him. That's what we're going to do. Number 5 thing we have to do. Hey, time to get real. What does that mean? Time to get real, JD. Time to get real means when we get the ball in the hands of the playmaker, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, the O-line, the guys we pay, the guys that we show up week in and week out, that we rely on, it's time to get real. That means we got to put it on their shoulders. Those guys got to take over the locker room. If somebody's not acting the way that they're supposed to, those guys need to take over. Time to get real. Pat is a nice guy. I love Pat. Pat carries himself with dignity and honor. That's what Pat does. But now it's time for Pat to get in somebody's tail if they ain't doing the right thing. And it's okay for him to tell them that. And I know he will. I know they will. Right? You got a young team around you. But it takes those guys to get real. Pat now needs to get real. Okay? PM15 and Trey on offense need to get real. This is for the marbles. This is for all the marbles. We got time to be waiting. It's time to get these things going. So we got to do it on the offensive side of football, and those guys got to know it too. Trav and Pat, they got to make sure they control everything that's going on the offensive side of the football. That means the tempo, that means the tone, that means everything. Talk to Andy, make sure he's doing the right thing too. Hold them coaches accountable. That's how it works. That's when you get real. Okay? That's how it has to happen on the offensive side of football. Now let's go to the defensive side. Woo-wee. Tell you what. I put out there, said, man, I love when JD get me fired up. And I said, man, hey, here's a little secret. I stay fired up all the time. I stay fired up in my head all the time. I could be sitting over there. I could be playing shoots and ladders with my kids. And guess what? Something just clicks. Kids are having a good time. They winning. Okay, go ahead and have a good time. And all of a sudden, something just jumps in me like, you know what? I'm going to teach y'all a lesson. It's time for them to show these jokers a lesson. So it don't matter. I stayed ready to go all the time. I stay ready. What did it say? Hey, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready, you got to get ready. So I mean, I could go 0 to 10 like that real quick. I know when I sit there and talk, man, I'm telling you, I'm like, let me get out there for one more snap. Let me go hit somebody in the mouth one more time. That's all I want. Give me one, coach. Put me in for it. Give me one. Defensive side of football. Now, what do we say? What do we got to do with these guys? Bo Nix, hey, sophomore slump. He's looking mighty young out there. Mighty young. And that's what I'll say this. Spags the same thing that I told about Andy. Andy did the same thing. You go back, you evaluate what you did wrong, what you need to do. Spags already got his plan. He's got his game plan. He knows he let Josh Allen, those guys off the hook. We've seen it. We won't talk about them guys anymore. Hope we see them playoffs any other time. It doesn't matter. We're going to be fine. Spags got something ready for him. But we need to bring the pressure all game. Bring the pressure. Why? Because Bo Nix is out there right now, man. He look a little shaky. He'll take off running and, I see his shoulders. Everybody, he's looking around. Eyes look like saucers. He a little shook back there right now. He looking, who do I throw the ball to? Franklin, is that my guy I got to go to? Because Cortland Sutton ain't did nothing. He decided to take a vacation. I don't know if he'll ever come back this season. But I'll tell you what we have to do. We have to shut that down. That's what we have to do. All right? So, number 2, when we talk about the receivers out there, right? Hey, must be aggressive on the outside. Must be aggressive outside. One of our greatest attributes that we have is we have corners that are very physical. We have very physical corners. We have very physical safeties. We need to come up and challenge wide receivers, and I'm talking about absolutely taking everything that they got. I don't want them jokers catching the ball. I don't want them passing the 50. I don't want them scoring any points. I want us, when we go up, we want to hit these jokers in the mouth. We want to shut them down. Make everybody afraid that's out there as a wide receiver. Every single one. We got to be aggressive out there. And that's on the outside. Time to see some picks. Bo Nix to give it to you. Nix to give you some picks. Nix to give you some picks. We got to make sure we get some of that on Sunday. We got to make sure when we go in that house, we going out there, okay, to score some points. We got to help the offense out too. That's what we want to be able to do. Our offense can score 30-something points easy. But guess what? It works even better when the defense gets turnovers. I don't want to hear nothing about their defense. All I want to hear is about our defense, what we do against them. That's all I want to hear from here on out. That's it. Right here. Number 3 thing. LBs are the key. This game. Yep. My estimation, the LBs are the key to this game. What does that mean? J.K. Dobbins is out. You got a very young running back in R.J. Harvey. Very fast, small, very elusive, can get through the hole. He's got a lot of speed. A defensive line, because of the challenge, what we have to do up front, we're going to make sure we're running to the second level. Well, the second level has got to do a much better job. Chanel, Bolton, and Tranquil. That's what we need to see. And guess what? Hey, if one of us not doing the job, put the young guy in. Put old Bossa. Let's see what Bossa can do. That's another body I want to see out there. But the linebackers will be the key to the game. Because why? Hey, Evan Ingram, I don't know where he went to, but I guarantee he's sitting there saying, this game, I can catch 5 to 6 balls for almost 100 yards. I guarantee that's what they're thinking about offensively. I guarantee that's what they're going to do. And they're saying, if we get to the second level, get to the linebackers, we should be able to win. We should be able to score. We should be able to get a lot of yards and put ourselves in a better predicament than we could. So we got to make sure our linebackers are the key to this game. All right? One fourth thing. One thing we have to do defensively, and I challenge our D-line. D-line, you got to make sure it happens. Kalafkis, hey, Amenahu, all right? Chris Jones, all right? Mike Pennell, Dana, all those guys up front, it's on y'all, okay? But what we have to do, we must hold them under 17 points. That's a sweet spot. We must hold them under 17 points. Now, when I say this, and I'm thinking, when I look at the schedule we got left, there should be every team that we hold under 17 points from here on out. No team should score more than 20 on us in any given time, in any week. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. They decided we didn't want to do anything as far as like bring some other guys in free agency and stuff like that. We got the guys in the room. They trust those guys. I'm going to trust them too. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. So guess what? There it is. 17 points is what it needs to be, baby. 17 points. Let's make sure that we hold it to that. All right? Run them out of their own stadium. But I don't even want to get 17. That shouldn't even be something that they could even think about obtaining. Not against us, not against our defense. So, fifth thing, and I always go to special teams. As I sit there and say, man, time to get the most out of the guys. What do I mean when I say that? When I've been watching our special teams, what has been happening the first half of the season, we're not getting the most out of the guys we have out there. Whether it's us not stopping the gunner, whether it's us not going down and making the tackle, whether it's us not getting yards as far as on the return game, we're not doing a very good job. We're not getting the most out of our guys that's out there. Harrison Buckner decided to turn around. Thank goodness. His wife took him out there in the backyard, started working on it. He has straightened everything back up. Kudos to them. But everybody else that's in that room, it's time to get the most out of them guys. And I'm going to say this. Because at this point, this junction of where you are in the season, it's not too late to sit guys down. It's not. If guys ain't going to give you all and they make a mistake after mistake, hey, we got to move on from you. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to be real. Okay? Not going to name no names, but that's what's going to have to happen. Got to get the most out of them, Tobe. You got to. Now, these are the keys that I have for this game. But a lot of these keys can be applied for the next games going forward. Okay? This is a mindset. As far as what our assignment has to be, what our effort has to be and what we had to do as far as our mentality going forward. Now, let me say this. It's no time to be desperate. Everybody's, well, is it desperate times? No, they ain't desperate times. When you go win, you got to systematically learn how you're going to fight an opponent. Like when you go in to go fight, you make a plan so you're going to win. You're going to fight to win. You're not going to look on being on the defensive all the time. Well, man, what can we do? Can we wait for somebody else? No. See, because one thing I do know is this. When you become desperate, you become careless. When you become careless, you become a loser. That's what happens. You start doing every manner of the thing, and all of a sudden, we don't know we just don't know. All of a sudden, you can't play that way. You can't be who you want to be. Why? Because you're careless. You're trying to catch up. You're afraid of shadows that's out there. You're afraid of ghosts. You don't know what's going on. There's a full-blown panic in the locker room. And I said this once and I say it again. All these guys know is AFC Championship and Super Bowls. That's what they know. This week right here is no different. When we're going to win, we know what we have to do. Nobody's going in there panicking. Nobody's going in biting their nails. Knees ain't going to be buckling and shaking. See, when the championship team shows up, they come in and they float on clouds. They come out there with their chest out. It ain't their arrogance, it's confidence. This is what this team has. They have confidence in this second half. There's time for some of these guys out here and some of these fans out here to start buckling up too and show a little bit of confidence. Because the stuff that's going out there right now, it's tiring. It really is. And so if you've never been in a setting before where you have to actually rely on other guys beside you, you need to learn a thing or two on this one. See, because this thing is a team thing. It's a family thing. And these guys not going to let each other down. The time is done with. It's time to move forward. We start with them, Mo Donkeys, on Sunday. We'll see you then.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.